YouTube? Doctor's back once again bringing you another review. This time is for Cinderella. So, let's talk about this movie, shall we? Okay, so Cinderella is basically the story of Cinderella, from the animated movie of this girl. Basically, she's, she lives in a normal life, and then something tragic happens to her. And then she gets a stepmother who treats her really badly. Makes her cook for her and her evil stepsisters. You should know the story by now. Come on, this is Cinderella, people. You should know who she is. One of the best princess movies ever. Anyway, so this is a new adaptation starring Lily James as Cinderella and, of course, Kate Blanchett playing the evil stepmother. So, is this movie basically like the cartoon movie? Kind of. It kind of does justice to it. A lot of good elements about this movie that actually stays true to the animated version, but then they kind of turn some things. But, don't have to worry about it because they kind of turn it for the good stuff. So let's talk about the good stuff. First of all, Kate Blanchett as the evil stepmother. She was very good. She actually was convincing of what Lady Tremaine should be. Because in the animated version, the way they made her, she was dark and mysterious. And of course, she was wicked. She was always mean to Cinderella. Always, telling what to do. Clean that, do this, do that. Every day, making her Cinderella miserable. But Cinderella, she's always had a smile on her face anyway, so she just took it, And Lily James, she played Cinderella very well. She played like a beautiful princess, like how Cinderella's supposed to be. And I think she did a great job. I think she really pulled it off. There are other things in this movie they kind of made that was not kind of like in the animated version, which was pretty good to me, in my opinion. Which I liked, which was her mother. Cinderella had a mother. Because in the animated version, she never really did. It just introduced how Cinderella was a very beautiful young girl. And then it showed that something happened to her father. And then she just had her stepmothers and it went on from there. But in this movie, it basically showed that she had a relationship with her mother. Her and her mother were best friends, and her father also. They were really loving together. And I thought that really played out well. Even her father was in this movie a lot. Now, it's not too much, but, in the beginning he was. But, like I said, he was in the movie, but like I said, that was very good because they didn't show that in the animated version. I kind of thought that, okay, maybe Cinderella didn't have any family, but she actually did. And it kind of played well, they were loving. They always did things together, and then of course something happens, and then she ends up losing both her parents somehow. I don't want to tell you how, but you'll find out. Then of course, Cinderella has to go through with life. Her mother basically tells her, don't worry about life, just do life as you normally do. Be happy, and just take that responsibility, and just be respectful, of course, and also loving. So, of course, she gets her stepmother, and they torture her, making her do the chores, making her basically being the servant girl in her own house. I really like that. Then she meets the prince, of course, how she always does in the ball. She meets the prince, and that was good too. That was a good chemistry, how they come together and they fall in love and all that stuff. If you haven't seen Cinderella, that's a spoiler, by the way. You should know by now. Come on. Anyway, I thought that was good. They actually played that very well. They didn't play like how other romantic movies, girl bumps into guy and they automatically fall in love. And they actually took its time to make it look like believable. That they actually cared about each other. They didn't even know who each other were, and they actually felt the chemistry between themselves. So I actually like that. And of course, you have the fairy godmother played by Helen Bonham Carter. She was in this movie also, and she was good for what she was in for like 5 minutes of the movie, giving Cinderella the pumpkin that turns into the carriage and all the mices. And yes, the mices are in this movie if you want to know. They don't talk, but they kind of do that little squeaky thing. But then, of course, Cinderella doesn't understand that, so that's good. And of course, like I said, Helen Bonham Carter plays the fairy godmother, and she was good for what she was for. Because she's only there for like 5-10 minutes of the movie. Of course, because how it is in the animated version. She does her thing, tells Cinderella you got to midnight till the magic wears off. And I thought it worked, because even the dress looked kind of cool. I don't know how much they spend on sewing that thing, but that thing was ball gown gorgeous. Great dress. Anyway, then of course the glass slippers even look really good too, so props to that. What else worked in this movie? Well, pacing. That's another good thing. It kind of paces up, because in the animated version, It felt quick because she does her thing, she gets to the ball, then she has her happy ever after. And this movie takes its time, but it's not enough time where it's slow. It actually tells the story properly. Paces it. Nice flow way. Not rushed, not forcing it at you. You're watching the movie, you're entertained. Has its humor, has its jokes, and it's fun for everybody. Anybody who wants to see Cinderella will like this movie. This movie's great. I think this movie is very good. Very good adaptation from the animated version. Of course, it tweaked a couple things here and there, but you know what? That's okay because it's a great movie. It's a good movie. It's a very good movie. Have one little thing in this movie that I kind of wish it was in the movie, but it wasn't. It's a minor spoiler. Just a small little spoiler. If you've never seen the animated version, by the way, this is a spoiler for that. In the animated version, the fairy godmother sings her Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo song. That's not in the movie. I kind of wish that was, because, I wouldn't mind seeing, a modern day telling of that song, but you know what? What can you do? Maybe it's in the deleted scenes, who knows? Anyway, I thought this movie was great. Great characters, great story. Cinderella's a great character overall. Disney did a great job bringing animated to the real world. I thought it did a really good job. I actually like this movie better than Maleficent, even though Maleficent had his moments too. But you know what? Maleficent had his problems, but that's another video. And now I'm looking forward to Beauty and the Beast, which is supposedly next year. Because I was very worried about this movie. I was thinking that, okay, they're going to make a Cinderella movie again, live action. I mean, they had a couple other ones, but they were like, straight to DVD versions. But you know what? Kind of worried they were going to mess it up for me. Because I actually like Cinderella, the animated version. It's a great movie. If you've never seen it, you should. And if you have children, they'll like it. If you parents, you're going to like it, of course. Anybody who will see this movie will like this movie. I thought this movie was great for what it was. Brought back the childhood memories for me. And I'm going to give Cinderella a 9. I thought it was great. And basically, that's how it was for me. So, if you like this video, please subscribe and let me know what you think. And let's talk about this movie. Have you seen this movie? Did you see the animated version? What movie do you want to see from the animated Disney vault turn into live action? Pinocchio, Little Mermaid. Let's talk about it, shall we? And of course, always, the doctor's here to answer your questions. If you need anything, let me know. And of course, thank you for watching. Have a good day.